then we're gonna have to redo this later on, and it's probably gonna change.
Maybe we should have him talk by himself whenever he can, and then we'll edit him into our conversations.
All right, let's start that. Yeah, man, I'm hyped for Deadpool. What do you think?
Funny thing, the other day, my wife's actually a Sabrina the Teenage Witch fan when she was growing up, and we were flipping through the channels and actually saw that there was a Nickelodeon TV movie of that show, and Ryan Reynolds, young, was already doing the lovable D-bag, except he was doing extra thick on the D-bag.
Oh, okay.
And, this movie, because he's playing the cool, popular guy or whatever, yet he still did his usual quick comments and jabs, but not as confident because he wasn't anybody at that point at all.
In a dark corner of the world, 3 men will work together to bring you a podcast like no other. This is Fanatically Correct, where the fans, the geeks, and the nerds are always correct. With your host, MSK, Yo Peace, and Omega.
I don't know who was in those Doctor Doom masks other than the one guy. So I don't know. I don't know what cheap labor they were using.
Oh my god!
Sorry, man. We're gonna be talking Deadpool, so we'll start this out with this is Fanatically Correct. I'm your host Omega.
MSK.
Yo, peace.
And obviously, if Deadpool and Wolverine, anything Deadpool related, is gonna be on the topic. Yeah, there's gonna be some fucking cursing and shit like that, so don't bother doing this with kids. This will be a deep dive, most likely. We've all seen it. We've all got under our belt.
You should have broken
the
the
fourth wall. So there'll be some spoilers in the fourth wall. So if you look over this way, man. Speaking of which, have you guys seen everyone? You gotta check that out on YouTube. If you haven't seen it. Is the Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman co-hosting the Jimmy Kimmel together?
I haven't seen that.
Watch that. They could literally make billions of dollars just doing co-hosting.
I'm sure, because Jimmy Kimmel sucks.
Nothing else ever get.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
No kidding.
Jimmy Kimmel sucks.
The bar is low there, but no,
it's pretty low.
They are hilarious watching those guys interact this in real life as well. But yeah, so we're gonna talk some Deadpool and Wolverine. We're gonna talk MCU. The only thing else that wrapped up so far this year was we had some Loki. Agatha All Along's coming up. We've got some good trailers that came out. We'll discuss some of those trailers because more detail and more depth came out of San Diego Comic-Con in the Hall H. Of course, the big announcement, which will hold towards the end. Well, maybe not, because I don't know what one end on a high and then a low.
That's kind of like a low.
Is that a high or a low? It depends who we're talking about.
For some people, it's a high, but I think we're all kind of agreeing.
Hey, you don't know me, man. You don't know me.
You don't know him, man.
You don't know inside jokes tonight.
You don't know me. Let's just skip this part and then go to the next. To the next one.
Wait, keep it.
What?
But obviously, we're two. Yo Pieces came from seeing it his second time. By the time this airs, MSK will have it a second. I'll probably have it a third
tomorrow.
By now. Yeah, I'm still sitting on one right now. See, Deadpool right there. There's a joke. I can't even say sitting on one without that being some type of innuendo. So anyway. I say we start with some Deadpool and some Wolverine, and then we'll circle back to it again.
Circle back? Yeah, let's do that.
We'll play around with that. It's the most freshest thing happening right now. I was able to just drop a little kind of a reaction thing on IG, Fancorrect Friday. We watched it so let's talk about the format. So we did a community screening thing with Flynn's Arcade and more. I did a trivia thing. Actually, one good question. And I'll give you the 4 choices that were on it, but just curious. How many times has Hugh Jackman appeared in film as Wolverine? 5, 9, 11, or 15?
Well, you're going to make me count with my fingers. All right, hold on.
Because he can edit out the time it took for you guys to count it in your head.
I'm going to say...
What were the numbers?
5, 9, 11, and 15.
9.
Now, people in the theater only had 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm between 9 and 11.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's 11. People forget the bad ones.
Yeah.
Wolverine Origins.
Wolverine
obviously that one's.
Was he in Dark Phoenix?
The ones that people miss is Apocalypse. He was Weapon X at the end.
That's right.
They showed the Weapon X. And he was in First Class with the fuck off.
Yeah, that one I do remember.
I do remember that.
So those are the two. Those are the two people usually miss. That's why you went with the 9.
Yeah.
Because
I
9
went
really
because I
actually
can't
was a main
count.
character.
That's why I can't count.
So and then Ryan Reynolds
only got
is how many
8
times he
figures.
played Deadpool? It's 4. For Ryan Reynolds, how many times he's played Deadpool?
4?
How many times has
Yeah,
he played
but
Deadpool?
Yeah, 4 times.
4 times.
Is that counting?
Deadpool
Is that
one.
counting the leaked video or?
No, counting this one. Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3, and then X-Men Wolverine.
I'm also counting the one.
Oh
in
yeah, that's
Blade.
right. That one sucks.
I'm
too.
also counting the one in Blade because
Yes.
he's Deadpool
No,
in that.
but
Yeah.
that was a
Should.
question: is how many times has Ryan Reynolds appeared in the MCU? And that was not MCU, in a Marvel film, and that was
Marvel.
5
Yeah.
because you also have to include now Blade.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Which
those
that
jokes were awesome.
That was a
Those jokes were
genius
awesome.
move. Genius move.
It was
literally
awesome.
told Wesley Snipes that apparently they've been friends this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And told him once he got him on board, he's like, I'm gonna spread some rumors out there that we do not get along. Do not deny or confirm it. You know, I mean, that's wild. Like the marketing genius that Ryan Reynolds
That's
is.
crazy, man.
Because I was legit shocked to see that. Like I really believed those rumors. It just felt so believable that they did not get along.
I mean, they
During
could still
play.
be acting. I don't know. They could be still acting
That's
there,
true
but
too. Or then even better.
it would be still better. Yeah, it would be
that
still
they
better.
put that out there knowing that they're going to be in this together anyways.
You know
Well,
what's
man, that
good
was a great
trivia, man? And it's pretty funny because it's messed up. But now that Wesley Snipes was in this movie, he has the Guinness Book World Record of being the actor that's been the same character consecutively. Meaning he started in like 1997 and now
longest
2024.
run? Yeah, he took that from Hugh Jackman.
From Hugh
because of
Jackman.
this.
Yeah.
Because it was Hugh, and now he took that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
What was another one? Was it going? Oh, this is a good one of the trivia questions we did. We did it for prize. We had first, second, and third place. Dude, I was busting Jedi, which is Joe Peace's brother's chops because he couldn't get his phone going in the Kahoot, and I was like, dude, I'm like, where's your service tower out of? It was terrible. But GAT was in the lead for a while.
Here we go.
And then he just he said that he started trying because the Kahoot, the way it does it, also times how fast you answer.
Yeah.
So then he started quickly guessing to try to up it, and then he was getting it wrong. He went on a streak. He went a streak of wrong after wrong, so he didn't even place in the top 5 because of doing that. But one of the questions was, this was a good one. Okay, of these Marvel characters, which one has had more than 3 live action actors? More than 3 play the character. And it was Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher, and who was the other one? I'm trying to remember who the other one was.
Well, that one is probably not going to be
Punisher.
the answer, so I'm going to go with Punisher.
Yeah, you already know. It's Punisher.
Punisher.
And then,
Yeah.
see, there you go, you guys. You know about the Dolph.
That one is not
a
gonna
lot of
be the
people don't
answer,
know the
I'm gonna
Dolph
go with
Lundgren.
Punisher.
Yeah.
Most people don't know the Dolph
What's
Lundgren.
the other one?
Yeah, because people know John Bernthal
Yeah.
and I forget his name now, the actor from the Mist.
Yeah.
He played him. But most people
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
the guy that recently passed away that was in Ahsoka, and of course Dolph Lundgren
Dolph
did the first
Lundgren,
one.
yep.
Yeah.
Which that's officially the first R-rated Marvel movie was actually the Dolph Lundgren.
The Dolph Lundgren one?
Yeah.
They should have brought him back. That would have been crazy.
But that's what's crazy. It's like Deadpool, the first R-rated Marvel film. You know, it's like, no, you had Punisher, you had Blade 3 times.
Three times, yeah.
And when they did the same thing, like first African American Marvel hero, no, again Blade 3 times.
Bro, I got really happy to see Blade in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it was great.
Like,
It
I
was
saw
great.
Blade, I'm like, okay, this is cool.
He's much smaller though. Wesley Snipes is a much smaller, but it works because the character is
Yeah,
much older as well, and who knows?
People
how
age,
far
man. He's not really a vampire, but
I mean, he is supposed to be a vampire. the
Retired.
character.
he's supposed to be a vampire.
But man,
What?
so that
Retarded?
right at the gate, yeah, that was retired. What? Oh man, dude! But that opening number. So obviously, I mean, by now people should know this. NSYNC is back on the top 20 with that.
Of course it is.
And
Of course
forever.
it is.
What's
That's
amazing?
That is an awesome intro, man. That,
Great intro.
Oh no.
the fact that they didn't ignore Logan at all, like it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Logan happened, and we're just gonna make fun of it. Like
Yeah.
it was perfect.
How are we gonna treat it delicately? By not. And then
not,
they
yeah.
desecrate his body.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But all the
It's so
things
good.
around that is you have the stuntman is the one who pitched that, and he actually to learn that coordination all the way sick to pitch that. So then Ryan had to learn it too, so they could both be filmed in shots doing it. But what's wild is I didn't know that this director, who's also done Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, and I think that one on Netflix as well.
The one with the kid. Yeah, the one with the kid.
The time travel one. Which there was a lot of rumors that kid was going to show up as Kid Pool because of the way he like recites all the lines from Deadpool 2 and stuff like that. Yeah. But he wasn't, because he's in that show, Percy Jackson or whatever.
Percy Jackson, yeah.
But I do have some insight that the wifey gave to me today about that.
Oh, which one?
About the Deadpools.
The Kid Pool?
Yes. So the wife is Lady Deadpool. Yeah. Kid Deadpool is
his daughter,
and Baby Deadpool is
his son.
That's
awesome. Crazy. That's pretty
wild.
And Cowboy Deadpool is
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
All right.
The Rexmere Deadpool is the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the co-owner with the team with him. With the soccer team?
Yes.
That's who Rexmere did. He actually has the thing on his chest. And then Canadian Deadpool. No, and they credited what's his name? Nice Pool. They credited as on the credits as Gil Reynolds, which is a made up twin brother he did for like in Vogue magazine or something, where the twin brother was just ranking on Ryan Reynolds the whole time.
That's
Gil Reynolds.
Gil Reynolds. And then so the wild thing is the director of the director of this Deadpool movie was also the director of an episode. So this NSYNC is not the first time he does this. Of the episode from Stranger Things with Running Up That Hill, which then put Running
he's
Up
actually
That
going to do
Hill
a couple of them now too.
Back in the top 20 charts after so many years, even further than NSYNC. That's an 80s song. So he has a knack for being part of something where they resurrect a song to the top because of a very well visually put together scene. Because forget just the dance number, the brutality of that fight scene, that's like one of the best opening scenes of any Marvel movie ever.
Stepped it up.
Insane.
Stepped it up.
So good.
Bro,
Wolverine is hard. Oh man, that movie's so quotable. I mean, I can't wait.
Second viewing
to
was
see all the cutout
amazing.
stuff.
I'm just letting you know right now.
I'm sure.
And I got to see it through my kids' eyes. Which,
so you're watching them later?
Which
it was a lot of mouth open. Oh my god.
Which was even better for me.
Has he seen all those movies? Like
now that you mentioned that, in the last 2 days, we got to see Blade 1.
Oh, good. I love that movie.
We showed them, my daughter has never seen the Fantastic Four, so we showed her that Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And then we kind of just showed them the preview to
that is the funniest
of Electra.
Well, not Electra, but
Daredevil,
the bad Daredevil. Electra comes in, and I was like, "That's all you're watching. I'm not gonna."
That is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
When his wife told me that today, I lost it. Yeah. I'm like, really? I go, why not just watch Electra? You know?
Yeah, no. I skipped.
You should watch Electra. Maybe it's good.
Trailer.
It's good.
Straight to the
best thing. The best thing in that moment was the so sorry you lost your Deadpool.
It's okay.
I mean, your Daredevil's like, nah, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
But of course, the best thing, which is shocking, with Yopi, and everyone was thinking the same thing when they saw this movie. Jedi, GAT, and myself are all looking at like, oh god, Yopi's walked out of the theater, and his wife told me the same thing, that she thought he was gonna leave, like because of the fact that Yopi's on the idea of Channing Tatum playing Gambit has always been a hell no scenario.
Yeah.
But to our shock,
that was hilarious, bro. That was awesome. It was great.
You're actually okay with it.
I am okay. I'm very okay with it.
Because he didn't play it serious.
Because he was so bad.
It was so bad.
So funny that I am okay with seeing him in this world playing Gambit. The fight scenes were cool. They got the car scenes.
The cards were cool.
My name is Jeff.
But that's what I was expecting. Yeah. See, that exactly is what I was expecting. My name is Jeff.
Now I'll give you credit. The guy plays into the things that that he's funny for.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you've seen him now, they have a video of him reading The Night Before Christmas in a Cajun accent. Like,
I'm sure
now he's playing into terrible Cajun accent.
It's bad.
Bro, it was so bad. It was
so
good.
bad.
That's what it was.
That's
was
exactly. And you know what? And now
your
now
dialect
that
coach is the Minions.
yeah.
yeah, it was
Who's your
who's your dialect
coach?
coach? The Minions.
But here's why I'm also okay with it. But at the same time, I'm putting it out there in this world so people understand. There are people right now wanting him to be Gambit.
Yeah.
Go
That would
fuck
be terrible.
yourself.
That would be awful.
Listen to me. Go fuck yourself. This man is not Gambit. What you got in the theater, that's exactly what you should be getting out of him. That's it. No more.
That's it.
He cannot do a serious Gambit at all.
Do you think he knows that? Like, he's like, all right, you know what? I would have sucked as Gambit, so let me just play it as a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you though,
as he should,
at least they gave him raw action scenes.
How bad of an actor he is for that role.
Oh yeah, and he's a good actor.
At least he understands that. At least he's a
part.
fan of it, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, at least the fight scenes they gave him, like because of X-Force and what happened to them in Deadpool 2. How much were you thinking in your head that they were going to die?
Oh, I thought he was going to die immediately. Yeah, all of them.
All of them were going to die immediately.
Even after they left, I felt like they were just like, oh, these guys are dead. Like, they jumped into a portal and they forgot about these people.
Fuck these people.
They gave them their pop. They gave them their moment. They gave them some raw ass actions, which is great because we finally did get a live action Gambit fight sequence that was raw, at least with the way he threw the cards, use a stick, much better than what we got.
That was cool.
Origin. And of course Blade, and of course Ledge. Oh, and then they talk about Punisher. Was it Punisher 2099? When where like, where'd you get that gun from? The rocket launcher he used to open up, blow off giant Giant Man's fingers to get in.
And then he said he goes, oh, okay, tilt up because Blade went up, and he goes, okay, tilt up, and then the camera tilts up and looks at Blade to do the actual bazooka, which is funny. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that's funny.
But
that's really
X-23,
she was good,
fantastic.
Laura was freaking amazing.
She was awesome.
They will totally, awesome. She's coming back for Secret Wars, and they could totally introduce her as a Wolverine.
Yeah,
I think Calverine could just take over after Secret Wars and just.
I'm okay with that.
That was great.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Like the very little serious parts of this movie, Hugh Jackman was awesome.
Yes.
And those serious scenes, like they were like very small.
Yeah.
But like the part when he's telling Deadpool, he's like, "Bro, you're always fucking around." Like that. No wonder the Avengers don't want you. Or X-Men doesn't. Like he's
the fight scene in the van.
Like, that right after the fight scene.
Yeah, when he tells him everything, he told him off in that.
He told him off. Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you now. I'm gonna fight you now.
I'm gonna fight you now. Yeah.
Dude, which that was a disappointing moment for me because a week before the film release, they released the soundtrack.
Oh.
And I saw on there, and when they showed that it was The Greatest Showman was on there,
that's
full
funny.
cast version, I was like, what the fuck moment are they gonna have like a Showman Wolverine? And like that was in my head going too far, like Zac Efron as Cyclops and Zendaya as Jean Grey or something. And, like they're gonna do like the Showman as the X-Men. Exactly.
That was just a small. It was a small. And if you hear it, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in the van. It was just one of the stations, and then it stopped on the one. You're the one that I love from Greece, which. Amazing how that fit that fight scene perfectly. It's like amazing. And of course, Deadpool's mind changed on the Honda Odyssey, as it fucks hard.
God, I hope people are not buying Honda Odysseys now. That, please.
I wonder if Honda Odysseys went up in stock.
Oh, for sure, their stock just went up, man. They probably product placement paid for that.
Oh man,
no, but it was.
But yeah, so there was a little bit of disappointment with that.
Hugh Jackman with the scene.
All the different Wolverine versions.
Him telling the story to Laura.
Yeah.
And him explaining on what he did in his world. Dude, that was another deep one. And the line that she throws back at him was
you never were.
It's
you never
what
were that guy.
Made the movie for me, which was like, you were never the guy. Which is
well, it was rough because what's amazing is that so they used part of the story were in, I forget which one it is. I don't know if it's Planet Hulk or one of those where it's something M of the comic book series.
House of M, where Wolverine's mind is controlled and he kills all the X-Men, which is what they kind of used in Logan. And instead of House of M, what it was is that because Professor X was having like this disease and like dementia and all that, it caused Professor X to mess up his mind, and then he killed all the X-Men, is what they hinted at, that he had a hand in killing Cyclops and Jean Grey and Storm, like the whole house of them. Not his fault, but also technically not Professor X's fault, but that's what happened because of the two of them, kind of cursing them to be with one another till their final days. So if not, they probably would have used that story for this Wolverine. And they could have. They still could have.
But I think they could have too, but because they were already using Professor X's sister, and they already used that in Logan, and we're acknowledging Logan as the anchor, which we'll get into that, as the anchor of that universe, they had to change it up a bit. And that was even better because it's making him a pure alcoholic that was just out getting drunk, which kind of rough because of the healing ability that should not be easy.
He shouldn't be,
Yeah, exactly. But whatever, they played into that, and it works because it made him just like he was. And then the reason he's wearing the suit underneath is the opposite. He put on the suit out of guilt, not because he never wore the suit before. He was never.
He was making fun of it. He never wanted to do it.
Yeah, he was always the crappy Wolverine, and then they might have had a chance if he was there for that. But then he went nuts and then started killing everyone. He went Anakin on Tatooine and started killing all the Sand people for killing his his X-Men basically.
Sands.
Yeah, man. But no, it's great. I mean, of course, Hugh Jackman's a hell of an actor. Ryan Reynolds is too.
Yeah.
And usually you had they went light because they wanted to give a lot of pop to Wolverine in this film.
Yeah, of course.
Ryan Reynolds.
A lot of exposition, man. Like they didn't show a lot, but
so he had his moments with Vanessa where they hold hands and that he's broken because they're not together, and then obviously it looks like they're gonna get back together, but they didn't have those real hardcore moments with the cancer situation in Deadpool 1 and especially Deadpool 2 with the afterlife stuff. With her being dead and him seeing her for moments while he's dead reanimating. Those are very heartfelt moments.
He still had his own moments here with her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it was smaller, so they could give more to Wolverine. And,
Listen,
and it makes sense.
Plot-wise, it's very, very thin, but it makes up for everything else. You know what I'm saying? And it fits Deadpool. It fits his character not to have too much plot.
Yes. It's perfect. It's perfect for what it is, for what it sets up. Obviously, we know there's a lot of MCU Easter eggs as we're talking through it and going through it. Aside from, the Chris Evans was the fucking best.
That was awesome. That was so good.
Amazing.
But like,
you could quote me on Gambit,
that. Dude. But when we were talking about
he's gonna say
Avengers, Flame On. What the shit?
Flame On! Bro, he said that. I was like, oh my God, they actually got me. That son of a bitch.
Yeah. Against Pyro. But, oh man, dude. And then right away, Dick for Brains, like you already know, it's like, oh, this is Johnny. This is Johnny, because Johnny's an asshole.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to that post credit because that just made the whole fucking, like, that was the cherry on top. That was MSK's favorite term. Chef's kiss.
Oh, yes. You did not hit him with a chef.
You don't know me, bro. You don't know me.
I don't know you. But they had some hints that obviously were Feige hints. And that's like Scarlet Witch's like tomb or whatever was in that cave that they were in. You had like that. That Hulk moment was great with the brown. Oh man, all the.
Let's talk about that, man.
Yes. We got to go back into that.
I laughed
the
so
montage
hard.
Of Wolverine.
Comic accurate Wolverine. Was hilarious.
Okay.
He looks great. So and he jumps off the chair.
He was not as someone who is 5'3", he was not 5'3". That was like a 4'7".
Okay. Stop with this. That guy was way I see what you're doing to your. Don't do this to yourself.
So one of my favorite parts is like it really hurt your. Okay, I'm sorry.
As someone who grew up to be 5'3", when they casted Hugh Jackman in the first place,
that's like the one short bitch.
They ripped away my favorite character from me.
That's like the one short bitch, right?
All right.
Yeah. One short bitch.
That's Susanna.
That's the accuracy.
He was like Susanna's height.
He was like Susanna's height.
4'8", which is that's not his height in the comics and the cartoon. He's 5'3". He's Kevin Hart. He's Kevin Hart's height. You know what I mean? But stocky. Have you seen Wolverine the animal? Have you seen the animal Wolverine?
Why are you getting so mad about this short?
He's getting so mad. He's so mad.
It's ridiculous.
All right, Henry Cavill. Okay, Henry Cavill,
fantastic.
Great.
The Hulk one was great. I can't believe they showed the one with the skulls and the him on the X from that
I
comic book
love that one.
That was awesome. All of them. All of them were great.
I can't help you. Oh, dude, the one from Age of Apocalypse. With the one hand.
Yes.
And the dude. Old Man Logan.
Old Man
shot
Logan,
him off the porch.
Looking like Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that's the whole point, man. That was the whole point.
Clint Eastwood Logan.
But yeah, dude, the brown suit, man, I feel like it looked better than the yellow and blue one, to be honest.
It did look good.
It
looked really, really good.
It did look good.
Yeah,
but I still prefer the blue, though.
No, of course, because that's what we grew up with. But like the way the brown one looked, man, and fighting the Hulk.
Fighting the Hulk,
and then he got punched by the Hulk. That was great.
Yeah.
You had the what was the other one? Oh, there was one that there was one that would have been good, but then he left right away.
Well, there was one wearing the leather suit.
Oh, Patch. There was also Patch.
There was the leather suit guy.
Which a lot of rumors were that was going to be Daniel Radcliffe or
a lot of people. I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad, to be honest. I'm glad I thought there was going to be so much more cameos.
Yeah,
and that's what I was afraid when we did the I Hope This Doesn't Suck episode.
There might be the director's cut. Well, not the director's cut, but the outtakes when they have the DVD.
Yeah,
but there might be a lot of shit. There might be a lot of stuff.
No, but I was expecting crazy amount of cameos, and I was like, I don't want too many.
Well, I wasn't expecting, but I'm saying there was a moment are they going to do both Human Torches? You know, because then they're playing with the fact that one is Captain America, one is Killmonger, but then they're both Human Torch. But luckily they didn't do that.
That would have been too much. That would have been too much.
Exactly. No, but it is hilarious.
The amount of cameos was perfect.
Yeah, Johnny is like Johnny Storm, or at least Chris Evans' version of Johnny Storm is like that. So you would think after being stuck in that world, in the void, jaded after a while, he would say all that shit.
Yeah.
But because they never showed us, because they cut away, him say that, of course, we do assume that he's just setting him up to get killed, which all those jokes are funny.
Yeah.
But the kid, he's fucking 50. And what was the other one? He's like, you know what he was doing to the budget? Total Mel Brooks moment.
Kid, he's fucking 50. Yeah. Kid, what are you talking about?
And that post-credit, which I'm glad it wasn't a preview for another movie. We already know it is, the movie itself, but the post-credit wasn't. The post-credit was the perfect callback to that moment of everyone says, the rumor that I got him killed. Let's roll the footage.
Yeah.
And dude, he says everything
it was perfect.
Word for word, with the exception of the part he didn't get to add in because she does it, which is, and if she fillets me.
Yeah.
At least I go out with a juggling Jugger's nuts or whatever. And then ends on, and you can quote me.
That's
on
what
that.
he said. And you quoted him.
And he quoted him, and then he pitched out.
Bro, so good. Great. So good.
It's so good. But dude, man, he fucking shredded him, man. It was so, and I'll tell you right now, she was granted, not the most thick, heavy plot, hard to have one and still give us all the fan service.
Yeah. Listen,
and all the comedy
they didn't need a plot. They didn't need a plot in this movie.
If they did, it would have been a 3-hour movie, and I'll tell you right now, 2 hours and 7 minutes was perfect.
Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. Usually I can't say. Usually I could say, I could have used more. Usually, especially 2 hours, 7 minutes, we could go 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Or it's too much. 2:45, that could have been 2:20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 2:07 for this movie was perfect.
Yeah.
On the money. It didn't need more. So they had enough of a plot to get you from point A to point B and tell this buddy cop type.
It was a buddy, and it was perfect. It needed. It was exactly what I needed it to be.
Yeah.
The only thing is they made the void look like, I don't know, Massachusetts, upstate New York or something when they're driving. It doesn't look like another world. That's the only thing that was
it wasn't as Mad Max-ish.
It wasn't as Mad Max.
Man, speaking of Mad Max.
Furiosa, I have your queen, Furiosa.
I have your princess head. And he's holding.
To get to her. You have to get through him. Through her. Through her. Sorry,
man,
I'm not good with
that. That is so funny. So well done.
He took out Sabretooth.
It was very well done.
One shot.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Shot, dude.
That's all I needed from that too.
That's all, bro. It was perfect.
Fantastic.
It was perfect. What was your favorite fight scene? Because all the fight scenes were great, but what was your favorite?
Had to be the van. Hands down, the van.
The van, right?
The van.
But the first fight scene was
as
really
good as the first
man.
one, which did the Spider-Man callback. The swing, dodge. Yeah, that was great, and that was a good fight scene, especially when Wolverine started going to all fours.
Exactly
he actually fought like
when
Wolverine
he starts
would fight.
running and he gets on his legs and arms and goes
and runs like a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost it. The first time I saw it, I lost it.
So as good as a fight scene that is, just the setup for the van, and how fucking brutal. I mean, just showing the coexist bumper sticker of blood
that was
just
awesome.
gushing over it. crazy. But I'll tell you, man, like I love how it's like, especially that fight scene, because at this point it's already established that they're not going to kill one another,
Right?
Nah.
And they really don't want to either. But just how brutally they still went at one another, dude. The little knife, that's the funniest shit that whole movie. Every time with the fucking baby knife,
Little knife.
it's so good. But man, they went at it in that Odyssey, dude. Like the way it was throwing them out.
I think that was the best fight scene.
Cuts back down. I mean, just a crazy.
It was brutal.
Yeah, that was my favorite fight scene.
Well done.
Then would be both of the two best fight scenes for me are that one and then the first one between the two of them. But then I don't know, man. It's a toss up because the Deadpool shit was great.
It was good, but you know what? Some of the CGI in certain parts are like a little.
So because of that, I gotta go. Third best fight scene is not even them. It's Gambit, Blade, Elektra, and X-23. I mean, dude, they cut fucking Juggernaut in half, and like, dude, all of that. It was so good. And that's what I was saying about the plot and all that. Villain wise, she was a good villain. Like there was just enough of her.
She was, but. You know what the only issue I had with this movie was really that I kept expecting the whole void, like being in the void, not to be that long. Like I thought they would go to the real world a lot sooner than they actually did. Because the whole movie was in the void, like
80% of it.
80% of it. I thought eventually they'd go to the real world, and now they're doing this thing in the real world. Like it doesn't, like Yopi said, the last podcast. It doesn't look lived in, man. Like I feel like everything, it looks like a set now. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like
this one because this one.
But it fits this one. It fits this one.
Writer's strike.
This was
Writer's strike.
Oh, Writer's strike, maybe.
Yeah, this film got stopped in the middle. It got halted during Writer's strike, which is why some of the cameos that were rumored couldn't do it. Yeah, happen.
That makes sense.
And they were, but scheduling changes stuff like that. Yes. And I think that they did some last minute reshoots where they did on set instead of real world set the way the first two Deadpools were done. And unfortunately,
Loki,
that could
the way
also
Loki
be the Disney
showed
thing.
it, the way Loki showed that world was
very different.
Definitely not.
But this is a post Loki void.
Very different.
But this is also a post Loki void.
Yeah.
So in fairness, it has been changed, and there's a lot of hints of that.
It changed it to Albany, New York. That's what it changed. Like they're just driving in the hills. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like all that stuff doesn't matter.
Peter Pool, out of all the Peter Pool, that's the
Peter
Pool, and he comes with his big. When he shows up in his Deadpool outfit,
that's opening the button is coming off on the bottom.
Oh, dude, that shit's so fun. So Deadpool good, out of hand. I mean, just so much. I mean, again, the setup for the MCU to an extent. Major factors, the way they ended it with that their timeline is stronger and moving full steam ahead. They showed that at the very beginning, where he was in the main timeline, the main universe where the Avengers exist. And apparently the Avengers, because his universe is the X-Men universe where Logan has died, just not in the future. Which is weird. So I don't know how they set that up.
That's weird, yeah. Well, that's why this guy was saying, I want to speed the process up.
Yeah.
Because that happens in the future. That's not in his timeline.
So what has happened is some timelines have become one X-Men timeline, which is now Deadpool's universe in reality.
Right.
That being said, they're setting up. It won't be a movie. I think it's going to be basically. Remember the moment in Endgame when they had the all-female Avengers?
Yeah.
Moment. They just had that moment. It was maybe like a 10-minute action sequence segment that they did.
They'll have a Fox moment.
Yeah, I think we'll have like a 20-something minute segment of X-Men versus Avengers that will take place in Secret Wars. I don't think they'll get their own movie. Because if they're smart, they're just going to wrap all this up.
They have to reboot. No, after Secret Wars, start from scratch with X-Men.
This is kind of a spoiler, but not really, because it's known that this is what they're doing. Again, DC beat Marvel to it first in one aspect.
Right.
This time they did it with their animation. James Gunn said that, and that's just a quick, short DC talk. James Gunn had said that after the Superman movie moving forward, everything is going to be one congruent story. Video games, animation, TV shows, movies. So the animated world, you got to see. That actually will be the necessity, and I'll talk more about it at the end. But Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, 2, and 3, the animated films, they did it in a way where basically Marvel should just borrow the page out their book when Secret Wars is over. If they do a similar ending, it's the perfect way to just go
start fresh.
Start from scratch.
And if they're smart, they will go fresh. In other words, whatever contracts are done, finish them off. If they want to bring someone like Tom Holland back on like a 10-picture contract to basically start this new universe with Spider-Man as opposed to Iron Man, or just get a new fresh face Spider, whatever the case is, start with a new character.
They're going to get Robert Downey Jr. again, man. That's what's going to happen. They're going to reboot, but with Robert Downey Jr.
And then that would be the biggest mistake. And then they'll see their numbers plummet.
The new Professor X, Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, dude, the internet's going crazy. I mean, I guess we'll go jump straight into that, Log. You know, but
let's get that out of the way.
Only Marvel, and we already know because we've seen it on the internet. About 40%. I'm not going to give credit to 50% because you start reading the comments of all the people who are shilling for this shit. It's not. They're overwhelmed on the other direction. Yeah. So 40% of people out there are going to disagree with us on this, but. In my opinion, only Marvel can in the same weekend blow up the box office one way and then shit the fucking bed in the same weekend at Comic-Con. And I get, and in fairness, I will give it to this as far as everyone in the audience there. At that moment, I get cheering because you're in Hall H. You just saw trailer for Thunderbolts. You just saw a trailer for Captain America Brave New World with more Red Hulk stuff. You just saw clips and stuff for Fantastic Four. You said, and the Russo brothers are back, which that's where there's some hope because the best 3 Marvel movies made to date, those guys made them. Okay. Including, which again, so much credit. And I said this on my review for my review, my spoiler-free review on Instagram
for Deadpool.
Is how damn good, for Deadpool, but is how damn good is Winter Soldier that I still don't think I can say that this also is not better than a movie that's only like 2 or 3 major characters, not this big box office, no crossovers, no multiverse, none of that, and it's still to me like I think that's still the best one. Yeah. it's insane how good that is.
That's when Marvel used to make every movie its own style
and its own
thing. I mean, that's a whole different.
It's crazy. So, but that being said, it's like only I get in the moment and that room, but I think a lot of people in that room, even them, after they go, oh yeah, this is great, and then when they got over, they go, wait a minute, this actually fucking sucks.
Wait, did they show? Because I know they showed Robert Downey Jr. taking off the mask, and then you hear people getting excited.
Exactly.
But do you see the other side? Like, did you actually see the people cheer? Because maybe they just edited it out, and people were like,
no. There was even backstage people were going nuts, like Kevin Smith, all these guys. Like,
I don't know. I don't think I would get. That's just me personally. I don't think I would get into the hype that much. I think at some point you have to sit there and be like, "Boo! Like this sucks." No, fuck that.
Sucks.
Yeah,
like, I pay money for this shit too. Like I didn't get in here for free. Boo!
I'm saying I'm giving them a pass. I don't know if that would be my same reaction. I'm just saying I give the people there a pass for the fact of being in the middle of such a level of hype. But that was not my reaction.
Also,
I literally stopped and went.
Esposito's like.
That's a whole other.
Wasting Esposito, the actor Esposito as that character, which by the way I had to.
Which he doesn't even know.
I don't think he even knows who he's playing because he said 2 things on that video, and I don't know if you guys heard, but he did say King Cobra. Am I right?
Yeah.
And then he also said Sidewinder. Which
he has no idea what he's talking about.
Either they combine those characters or he doesn't know who the fuck he's playing yet.
They might have combined it. They do that.
They might combine characters. I think they did.
I
think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. And then he might have had one thing on the call sheet and one thing, and then they limit what they tell actors, and then they change things.
He was just confused.
Dude, that threw me for a ride. I was like, did he just say King Cobra and then Sidewinder?
And he's such a good actor, and like to the point where people wanted him to play like the next Magneto. That's how crazy good he is.
Esposito.
And they just use him as like a throwaway bad character. Guy. That's gonna suck. I don't know, man.
I did not enjoy that at all. Again, that will be my moment to be like, no, fuck this.
But that's a character that's not raw in the comic books, but it might be raw in the movie.
Oh, it's gonna look good, and again,
it's gonna look cool.
Here's the other thing. I don't like, and everybody knows this, I'm pretty sure we all feel the same, right? Like, I don't like this guy as Captain America. That's just me. Like, I don't like him as Captain America. Not for
yeah.
anything. I just don't feel. I've never seen him be that guy. Right.
Well, I think it's an actor thing with you,
I
right?
think as an actor, as an actor, I've never seen him to be
I
that
think
guy.
it's for me. It's two things. It's a combination of the actor carrying that much weight,
right?
Even though the trailer's cut very well.
Yes,
for me. The trailer does make me like. I definitely want to see it. I'm definitely gonna see it in theaters. But it's not just the actor; it's the character in this plot storyline.
Yeah,
it was so much better set up for the Winter Soldier to end up.
Yes.
As the next Captain America.
Yes.
And I still like the Winter Soldier, and I still like the White Wolf concept or whatever they might go with in Thunderbolts, but the case is that I just felt that was the better setup for him to take the mantle.
The mantle?
Yeah.
And then they jumped in straight into Falcon, and I just feel that they didn't do a good enough job, and maybe it's because they were holding back because of the actor, to build him up towards that direction where you're like, of course he gave Falcon the shield.
And also,
you know what I mean? You sit there and he gets the shield, you're like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
you know?
and
like,
also the show sucked, which
hurt him. That was the biggest hurt.
It hurt him more than helped him, right? The show sucked massively.
It did.
So again, I don't like him.
And unfortunately, because of the same thing, the best parts of that show were the Winter Soldier.
Was the Winter Soldier.
Were the Winter Soldier and the other Captain America. And the other Captain America.
And the other, he's going to be in this movie, too.
And he's in the movie, he's going to be in Thunderbolts. But the other Captain America, well, he's in Captain America, but the older black guy that he's in this movie, as apparently he's like a Manchurian candidate type.
Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about.
Other
pretty much everyone.
That's the guy I was thinking about, not the fake Captain America.
Everyone but Falcon America was good in that show. So it's like the same thing. It's like, ugh.
So since I don't like him, I do want to see the movie though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, you know why I do want to see the movie? Because I need his movie to do something similar to what Winter Soldier did, which is break away from this whole like hero big ass universe and tone it down for me and give me a more
story.
A better story. It's what I want. It's exactly what Captain America did with Winter Soldier.
I feel
and technically, technically Deadpool did it too, because as much as he is in the MCU now, that movie is still very much just a Deadpool movie.
That's a Deadpool movie.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, it's more of a Fox movie because they did a lot of like homages to Fox.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, as much as many of those movies suck balls, the mid-credit Time of Your Life, Green Day, behind the scenes footage of all the different Fox films.
On Deadpool,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because whether they were good ones or bad ones, we watched all those movies and it was a refreshing
it made you appreciate it. Like I shit on those movies all the time.
It's like graduating from high school.
Yeah.
Not all of high school is good, not all of high school is bad.
Yeah.
But when you sit and just take in the memories,
this
was a part of my life.
You don't know my high school.
God.
You don't know my high school. What you
but you know what I mean? Just like, so like our journey, and that's what was beautiful about it. It was, and here's what's funny, is like, and this is like, hopefully this spreads like
he loves X-Men movies
into
so much.
Many decision makers of Disney, which is fan service works. Make the movies for the fans.
Yeah.
They are the ones here. You already saw it twice. MSK and I'm talking about seeing 2. I'm hoping 3 times in the theaters. That means I'm paying for it each time. Full price. I want to upgrade to IMAX. And I'm probably either going to do at Theater X or 3D for the third one.
Yeah.
So I'm upping my money expenditure each time. And I bought, me and the wife did the Funko Pops. The wife and I did the charms for the premiere. I got the Funko Dogpool. That thing is awesome. You guys saw it. I posted on IG my dog as a dogpool.
Yeah, I saw that.
He dressed him up. I'm in. I'm hyped. I feel like they made this movie for me, the fan.
That's exactly what you said. It's made the movies for the fans.
Make money.
People are going to come. You're not gonna lose money if you make the movies for the fans. Stop with this whole nonsense that you guys keep freaking shoving down our throats. I can't even do that anymore with Deadpool now. But stop it! Stop feeding us this nonsense. Like, we don't want, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't want RDJ to be Doom. I'm sorry. I don't care what story you go with. I don't want that.
I think, and here's the thing. Regardless how it would have worked, and this is why it's not going to work now for fans like us, and for a lot of. And I'll tell you right now, man. This is Pop. We had listen to our previous episodes. Always, actually, the last 2 episodes are directly connected to this in different ways. Yeah, well, number one, the episode you guys did.
When you said fan service, I instantly thought done correctly, not like Star Wars.
Yeah. So hold on. So one, the previous episode that was Omegaless. That was you could have called the episode that Omegaless. Omegaless. So it's almost like
Omegaless. Yeah, you're right.
Then they think you're doing a Lord of the Rings episode, so save it for that. Do a Lord of the Rings episode without me and call it Omegaless.
What the?
But yeah, so it didn't suck, and it didn't. We're all here talking.
It didn't suck. Thank
great
God.
About Deadpool. So listen to that. So you can hear Yopi's and MSK's thoughts on Deadpool and multiple other things that they hope wouldn't suck before they were, being able to be seen. And then the other one is the one we did that I was able to do was the Snarky J out of SuperCon.
Yeah.
We actually took the Crow and the Acolyte, but just want to give her some credit. Check out her reaction, number 1 to Deadpool Wolverine, and number 2 to RDJ. Because as much as we're not happy about it, holy shit.
She's pretty upset about that.
And the point is that's going to be a lot of fans, and for fans like her, for fans like us, that aren't happy about this, it's not going to work now if they're going to do what I think they're going to do and what a lot of other people are thinking they're going to do. If they had just done it, it would have worked. If it had just been a thing where he's a version of Doctor Doom, not the version of Doctor Doom, because of this whole anchor being thing, and of course there was a couple comic book episodes that, issues that did it, which is Anchor Tony Stark is an anchor. That's totally what they're hinting at. This universe was getting fucked because Logan died and he was their anchor. Obviously, Endgame, Iron Man, Tony Stark died, so that's an anchor. And then it's going to make sense because of the whole Emperor God Doom of Doomsday, especially. Doom is an anchor, that there would be a Tony Stark, Victor Von Doom intersecting anchor. Not making him the main one, but if you just have that moment. And whether it's a moment or even it's a kind of a main character, even if it's the Tony Stark that ends up saving them at the end the way he did with Endgame, that makes the final sacrifice, at the sacrifice himself again as an anchor to wash us off. Whatever the case is, the marketing department got involved. And the marketing department said, we need to cash in on RDJ. And because now they did this, we're like, I don't want to see him in a role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't mind seeing him as a Tony Stark. I wouldn't mind seeing him as an Iron Man Secret Wars. Of course, there's got to be another universe where he still exists, and he's going to be in this fight. But now it's almost like, dude, and he's I'm a huge RDJ fan. Yeah. I love him in other films. I've loved him since Less Than Zero, 80s, Danger Zone. Not Danger Zone. So it has nothing to do with his acting ability. It has nothing to do with a lot of things. Yeah, it has to do with that. I think it's a ploy. It's a real marketing ploy.
It's a marketing ploy,
and there's a certain amount of fans that are jumping on it. I think most are more intelligent than they think.
It's a terrible marketing choice.
It's terrible. I think we all expected RDJ to come back at some point as Iron Man, but the fact that they're making him Doom, which everyone wanted.
And I'm throwing this out there. I think that the real Doctor Doom, which will probably be presented to us in Fantastic Four, because if you saw, they said he's with the Russo brothers in Doomsday and Secret Wars. They didn't say he's in Fantastic Four. However, the Fantastic Four are in Fantastic Four, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. And even though Galactus is supposedly the main villain, I feel they will introduce the real Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four, at least the main one, the prime Doctor Doom. Yeah. And I think it's still going to be Cillian Murphy. Because it's very funny how all the talks about that contract happen and then silence. He finishes 28 years later, and the perfect guy to secretly cast for something and not worry about it slipping is Cillian Murphy. Yeah. That guy doesn't even own a damn cell phone.
Yeah.
He doesn't do social media.
I don't think that's
that guy is in a bar right now drinking with his town.
Well, he's getting ready for with his blinders.
I'm not even lying. I saw him. That they did an interview with him. This dude is in his hometown drinking at a regular bar with his people in the town.
He's not a Hollywood guy. He's not a Hollywood guy.
Not at all. So if you're gonna secretly cast someone to be
in Secret Wars,
he's perfect. In
Secret Wars, I see what you did.
In Secret Wars, he's perfect.
You're giving him too much credit, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen.
They're both in Oppenheimer together. They both just won Oscars. I really feel that's my guess. That's my hope.
That's my your hope. I don't think it's gonna happen.
And I'll tell you, the Russo brothers haven't made. At least they haven't made a bad Marvel film yet. So Hopefully, I don't have to.
Oh, the
emphasize
Russo
on
brothers. Yeah, I mean, the movie could still be great. It's just
it's gonna be
it's gonna
great.
have RDJ in
But,
it.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't think. I think it'll work out
don't know.
well. You know what I mean? I just going into it, we're gonna be upset because of the way that they stunted this.
Yeah, I mean,
and used it, especially the same weekend that we just all got freaking high off of Deadpool and Wolverine. It's like,
and to be fair, how many times have we been like, pitching forks? I don't want this. I'll
and be wrong.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done it plenty of times. I don't want this guy, and like, boom.
Usually I'm unfortunate the way around. Usually I'm like fucking holding up a trophy, and I'm like, and then I'm like, fuck this, break the trophy on the floor and light it on fire. You sons of bitches.
So I mean, we could meet halfway on this one. We could meat halfway.
Man, I don't like the
Fuck that. I
RDJ
don't
thing
want.
at all, man.
Billy Zane is out there, guys. I just want to say,
Billy Zane is out
Billy
there.
Zane is still out there. I mean, hey, can we get Doom as Billy Zane as Doom?
I mean,
we could. I want that accent, that real Doctor Doom. We've already had 2 dips at the pool, and a lot of people are like, that's my Doctor. No, it's not. I don't hate the Fantastic Four movies. The third one's terrible. But the first 2 with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba and all that, I like those movies. I don't think they're great. They're not the best version we should have gotten of Fantastic Four.
No, they're not. Yeah.
But after watching the
but
other
it's better
one,
than the other one. It's better than the other one.
Way better than the other one. But even then, that Doctor Doom, and I like that actor.
The actor's great.
I watched him in Charmed. I watched him in Nip Tuck. I just don't feel that was what Doctor Doom is.
Both Doctor Dooms, like the actor, not the actual character.
And that actor's great too from Black Mirror. Which I had hope for that one. I'm like, at least this Doctor Doom's gonna be raw. And again, they didn't use him correctly, and I just want that real Doctor Doom. And, and sadly, RDJ can pull that off, that character, but I'm too in the Marvel universe. I'm too tied into Tony.
I don't. He can't listen. I think Oppenheimer is the only, like, I saw him in that. I'm like, okay, he could actually still be a character that's not Robert Downey Jr. because everything he does is Robert Downey Jr. In Oppenheimer, he was actual.
He can be
character.
the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude.
But now as Doom, I think he's just gonna play it as himself, also maybe with an accent, which would be terrible. But I don't like the RDJ thing at all, man. I don't like it.
Sherlock Holmes. But I just think there's a lot of.
Was she?
He was Sherlock Holmes, but he was he? Or was he Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock Holmes?
Sherlock Holmes twice. So we'll see how that pans out. I gotta say, I mean, some ups and some downs. X-Men '97 murdered this year. That was
so good, man.
Beautiful.
That's
perfection,
man.
Perfection. Speaking of Gambit, that's the other good thing too.
We're never gonna get that. Just know that we're never gonna get that version of Gambit in the movie. It's not gonna happen.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's a perfect.
No.
It's just
perfect.
Well, I'm never gonna get a Gambit.
Remember it.
Everything.
I've come to my conclusion with X-Men. We're not gonna.
You're not gonna ever.
Yeah, we'll get. It's gonna be like 10.
No,
years
you're gonna
from now.
get one, but it's not gonna be perfect, man. I think for
the
it to
new
be
versions of mutants. So that's the other thing too. They did show that. So not to bring up other garbage, but that wasn't this year, right? The Marvels was last year, right? Or was Marvels this year?
Last year.
The Marvels was last year.
Let's find out. I still haven't seen it. Is it good? Is it good by any chance?
It's not good. But
it has moments.
Better, but it's better than
last year. The Marvels last year.
What are the other ones? The ones that
was it better than the second Doctor Strange movie?
The
third
Sony
Ant-Man
one?
movie?
No, Madam Web is better than Madam Web. Yes, everything's better than Madam Web.
Well, not Madam Web. What was the ones that the crew, the guys from Game of Thrones, that they did the
the Eternals.
The Eternals.
Way better than the Eternals.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
Not for me.
When did you watch the Eternals last time?
I will take
the Eternals has
the opening
last
weekend.
20 minutes.
I will
of the
take
Eternals
that speedster. I will take that speedster fight scene out of the
Yeah,
Eternals.
you know what? I will say that
speedster
fight scene is the only accurate speedster fight scene I've seen. Because
I will tell you. On that note, that speedster fight scene was like everything for me in that film.
It was great, but everything else is...
Some of the fight scenes in the Marvels were pretty cool because they did do a pretty good job of coordinating the whole them jumping in between each other during a fight. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were very inconsistent with Brie Larson. Like they had no idea of what they wanted to make her character.
Are you looking for stories in Marvel right now?
Yeah. And I will
Phase 1
tell
and 2
you,
had stories, man. Those two.
but actually, the best
or 3.
the best thing of that movie, which I didn't really like the show, but in that film, she was 100% the Peter Parker of that movie, which was Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Kamala Khan, dude. Like, she was funny.
Yeah,
she was funny, and the whole thing at the, and I'll spoil it because MSK's not going to care, so spoilers.
Watch it.
The Young Avengers, and they showed her like she was pretending to be Nick Fury, and they brought in Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye, forget her name now, but that actress and everything. So it had cute moments. Unfortunately, that's the way I got to put it. Cute moments, but overall, not good. But the post credit was this also numbered the same universe as Deadpool, which is they brought in Kelsey Grammer as a CGI Beast, and the Beast looks like the one from the animated series, the way they structured him with Miss Marvel.
Kelsey Grammer is a great casting for Beast, by the way. That's
of course, as the voice, and it's perfect.
It's perfect. He's perfect.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I have a feeling that's the Beast that they're going to use in Secret Wars. They're going to use certain X-Men. We'll see what they dip into, because they're going to bring some people back. And
listen, man, I hope Deadpool didn't give you this much hope for the perfect X-Men movie.
No.
Because I don't think it's going to happen.
Absolutely not.
No, it will happen, but it's going to be post. It's going to be post Secret Wars.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be an X-Men movie, but it's not going to be after X-Men 97. It's never going to be like that. It's not going to be that good.
That's going to be hard.
X-Men
that's going to be hard. That's gonna be very hard to hold account to. Yeah, that's amazing.
Which another Gambit, another Gambit sadness for me, but I didn't mind it.
Remember it.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
because
the name's Gambit. Remember it.
That man went out like,
dude. That moment, at that moment was an Omega level mutant. Because never was it thought that he could use his body to fully charge an entire building. Basically, is what that Sentinel thing was, and blew the whole thing up.
Whole fucking thing.
Wow. And then it was pretty crazy because at that moment you did think you also lost Magneto. I mean, that was just a killer episode.
Yeah, dude, that episode was really good, man.
Rogue in the next episode, when she went in Captain America.
She went off.
Which we're gonna get a good Avengers versus X-Men next season, most likely. And
probably
if not next season, the season after, because right now they're spread out through time, and they're gonna have to bring them back. And then once they do, they're already hinting at the Avengers and the X-Men aren't going to be getting along so well. So that will be interesting. And it's cool because it's the versions of, it's the which was around the same time, was that Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which was the version.
Actually, they're thinking about bringing it back now.
Well, they showed it. They showed Spider-Man and
No, the animated.
The animated one. The animated one, but they showed him and Mary Jane together, and they showed that version of Captain America. They showed that version of Tony Stark, Iron Man, when he was
that version of the Mandarin.
Yeah, they were definitely had the drawings.
That version of the Mandarin.
The animation.
Dude, RDJ's doing the Mandarin again, man. He's doing the Mandarin.
He's gonna be the Mandarin
with Doom. Now. Oh my god!
They'll never see me coming. Again,
it's happening again.
Why
are we putting
this time in my ear?
Why are we putting a Marvel right now with this episode? We get highs and lows, lows.
It is.
That's how Marvel is, man. That's
all the other Hall H stuff you got. Again, cutting good trailers though. That Agatha All Along, I'm watching that.
I'm not.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not. But listen, and I was with you the first 5 seconds because it looked like
the cop show,
the cop stuff. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Okay, and then it showed me what the show is really gonna be, and you could see it in the set, you could see it in the acting. I'm like,
I have good. Sabrina the Witch.
So, Marvel double dipping again, and I wanted to play with that because of multiverse, which is Plaza was in Legion, and plays a hardcore character. I mean,
That's why I asked you: is she gonna be the same character? That's why I asked you because I didn't see that show.
No,
but that would have been great because I like.
That has something to do with witches. Remember, it's an X-Men show, so there was no shared.
There was no shared
at all. Yeah, at all. So there was no
care about Agatha.
No, I don't, and I don't. Think
she was good. She was good in WandaVision.
I just think it's the setup for Wanda.
All she is.
It's going to be more Wanda setup, which even Deadpool Wolverine did. Like I brought up earlier, they showed the whole temple.
Yeah, but I don't need to see that whole
Scarlet Witch. So I think it's going to be more set up for Wanda somehow because Scarlet Witch is obviously going to be a big part of Secret Wars.
Speaking of Deadpool, because we were not talking about that, her using the
Doctor Strange's rings to make the portal.
because she ended up killing him. So she said, "Oh, there was a magician that came through here, and I ended up killing him." Which that's pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
Maybe it was the third eye one that they did. So there's going to be no Doctor Strange in Secret Wars.
I hope so, because that movie was not, that movie. Marvel.
This was everything that movie wasn't. Deadpool and Wolverine was everything Multiverse of Madness wasn't.
Yeah.
Which is, again, sad. Waste of incredible talent. Even post-credit, they brought Charlize Theron in. If knows if they're going to do anything with that.
No. It was, listen, it was Multiverse of Madness, Deadpool was, but for Fox, not even MCU. Yeah. Like, it was all Fox.
Yeah. With no
and it was awesome.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because what? Outside
we
of the
didn't get
TVA,
no real multiverse in.
So outside of the TVA characters,
only Fox. Everything was Fox.
Everything else was Fox, right?
Yeah.
We had no other Marvel. No, the Hulk. The Hulk for a moment when he punched him back to
but the Hulk was technically Universal. But we'll go with that.
See him?
We'll go with that.
Oh yeah, no, they showed him.
No, they showed him from the back.
Which that's the build up for. So the rumors are that the theories are Hulk will pop up in the Captain America movie.
Well, we saw the red
because the Red Hulk's going to show up, but the rumors are we'll get the Banner Hulk as well, because if he's still an unjuiced, even juiced Captain America is not fighting the Hulk. You know what I mean? Even juiced Falcon America is not going.
All right, but wait. You got to remember which Hulk we have in this universe. Oh, God. All right, the one that we saw as a cameo, MCU was real Hulk.
Hold on.
We didn't get get this.
Fingers crossed. Maybe I'm a better writer than the ones that we have in Marvel right now. But you would have to do the math. Red Hulk, if they do it by the comic book, where he gets stronger and stronger and starts radiating heat and catches on fire as he gets angrier and angrier, that combined smart Hulk that we currently have is not going to be able to handle that. He's going to have to go Hulk again. He's going to have to go back, and then we might get that moment again, because I feel that they know, but again, do they want to do fan service? Do they not? We don't know, because they just did it for Deadpool. We don't know if they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
But they know people are not happy with that Hulk. Yeah. And they know people are definitely not happy with that Hulk in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Maybe not remember, so much Endgame, but definitely not in Infinity War. The whole Hulk's not coming out and not being part of it.
In Eric Bana.
Yeah. Oh, bring him back?
I'd rather take that than Smart Hulk. I'd rather take that Smart Hulk. Yeah. I'd rather take. I thought
Babyface Eric.
Or it's gonna be his son hulking, or they'll bring in.
Oh no! Don't. Okay.
She-Hulk.
Stop it right now. I need to stop this right now.
He exists now.
I'm not doing this right now. I'm about to quit.
Or they bring back Abomination.
Abomination was actually good.
In the movie, but I mean, they brought him back for She-Hulk, and he was.
And then he was
that or we're gonna get a Thunderbolt cameo out of nowhere. I mean, I don't know, but I gotta see.
This conversation is making me want to watch all those old Fox movies and see if they're as bad as some of the recent Marvel.
Stuff we're getting now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if you watch those with an appreciation for the time that they were made, it's like anything. Like, granted, you watch, in my opinion, you watch a Tim Burton Batman movie now, you want to freaking rip your eyeballs out.
Well, that's you.
Then I understand people. I didn't love them then, but I understand people liking them then.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
That's a generational thing, though, right? Because if I watch the Batman movie, because I was a kid, so I love that shit. But you hated it, The same thing with, like, if you ask a kid now about, I don't know.
Well, it depends.
If you ask a kid now about She-Hulk or whatever, maybe they might like it, but we're the ones that don't like it because it's not for us. You get what I'm saying? So,
but it depends also, because he doesn't like those Batmans, and I actually enjoy those Batmans, and we're almost the same.
You're almost
generation.
the same age,
awesome. Same age.
So it all depends on. It all depends on I guess your take on it, because and that's the thing about. This is what this podcast is fanatically correct, because we all have our own feel for them.
Style.
I like 1 and 2, and then everything else sucked after that, and then Nolan came through again, and then for us. But then there's people that don't like the Nolan version of it. So
I'll be honest. For me, and this is generally just easily said, for the most part, I'll enjoy watching almost, because now there's a couple that exist now.
Almost
any superhero movie at least once. And
Not
even
Electra.
those, at least a one-time watch, I would still recommend it today. You should, anyone who's, a fan of comic books and superhero movies, that you should at least once watch the Tim Burton ones, even the crappy ones, even the Schumachers. Just get under your belt once just to see what they did then.
I mean,
it also helps for content of, like, when you watch, like, the animated series of Harley Quinn, a lot of those jokes are about things like that.
About that stuff.
Yeah. If you didn't watch the Nolan stuff and watch that version of Bane, you wouldn't laugh at the way they characterize, Bane in these. If you didn't watch, the Joker in the Adam West, there's some jokes you wouldn't get, when they do there. So a lot of times there's a lot of callbacks, a lot of Easter eggs, and if you're a huge, deep fan of this content, there's always going to be an appreciation for it. Well, I'm glad I watched that because this hit harder. Yeah. It's like I was talking with tonight with other family members that watched DeadPool Wolverine, loved it, but they're not people who've watched all these superhero movies. So they didn't get all the Easter eggs, they didn't get all the jokes, but they were very entertained and enjoyed it. For us, we just enjoyed it that much more.
That should tell you something. That should tell you something about Deadpool, though.
Oh no! It's again. It's the proof is in the pudding. That's what I said. Good. I hope it spreads like wildfire throughout the MCU and their decision making.
Doubt it.
Hopefully, further that fan service works. It puts money in their pocket. And I will tell you before we jump into necessity, you guys saw the Ryan Reynolds interview about how he really wanted to release.
Yes,
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, you told me about it, right?
Yeah, Alpha Cop. Did you hear about that?
Alpha Cop? Is that what it said? No, I haven't heard about that.
Dude, okay. And this is what's sad. If Disney had the balls, it would have paid off massively. And I don't think Ryan Reynolds is joking at all. I think 100% he pitched this to them and they just didn't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
He wanted to film like 15 minutes of a movie just so they could cut a bullshit trailer of a movie called Alpha Cop. And Alpha Cop was going to be a shitty story about two cops shared one brain to make them a better detective or whatever. Like a buddy cop movie. Oh, this is fucking great. And then that was 15 minutes that made a trailer is really only like 5 minutes worth of movie. So you sit down, you start watching Alpha Cop, and then Deadpool says some shit, the Marvel logo comes up, and now you're watching
Deadpool. Yeah, that's funny.
I think, honestly, I really, really honestly think in my mind, it would have lasted at least 48 to 72 hours before it was completely leaked as to what it was.
Oh, yeah,
I think enough people would have seen that and been like, people need to experience what I just experienced, so I'm just going to say, hey, motherfuckers, go see Alpha Cop. And people would have been like, dude, what the fuck? I don't know what genius. I don't know what this is, but everyone keeps saying, I got to see Alpha Cop. And I give it 72 hours at best before some asshole
you're giving
24 hours, dude. 24 hours, man.
But the point is this, Disney could have easily had all the digital downloads ready for the following weekend.
Word of mouth.
All the merchandise ready for the following weekend. Yeah. All the popcorn buckets, all the shit for the following weekend. And they still would have made all the fucking money that they just made on the second opening weekend. And they would have been the biggest studio pranksters of all time. No one would have ever forgotten that moment. But because they're such assholes.
Well, it's because they're Disney.
Because they're Disney. Hanks in that marketing department, they shot that down. And it would have worked. And it would have been great. But yeah, it's truth be told. And I think, again, Ryan Reynolds, you see him with the vodka, with the Mint Mobile, with the rest. That guy when it comes to not just, and he's a great actor, hilarious, but when it comes to marketing, that guy knows his shit.
Yeah.
That guy knows his shit. That would have worked. That would have been fantastic. That would have been awesome, but they didn't do it. But like I said, I have a couple of necessities, unless you guys got what you'd like, something maybe specifically.
I would just say watch all the old Fox movies, because Deadpool made me appreciate like the good parts of those old movies.
I agree with
and
that.
And the bad parts too.
Yeah, I always appreciated the bad parts. That's why I always shit on
them.
But
I won't go into deep detail. I will actually throw out just a couple of DC things, believe it or not, in a Marvel talk.
DC.
But I would say that those films, because now that the third one is out, you can binge the 3 movies. I would do Crisis on Infinite Earths 1, 2, and 3. The Kevin Conroy moment leaked like crazy, so everyone's pretty much had that spoiled for them in part 3 of the Batman, Kevin Conroy's Batman. But that story, and I'm going to tell you, 1 and 3 are the best ones. 2 is pretty good, it does a lot of setup, but the first one and the third one, because the first one has an ending, what a freaking twist in that movie that you're like, holy shit. But then the third one, when they explain what happened, what actually caused the crisis, and then how they wrap it up, like I said, I was saying earlier, I would hope somehow Marvel would follow that lead and end Secret Wars in the same way. It will allow it to completely, very well clean the slate.
Do they do it like the comic this time? Because the comic is very different from any other takes of.
It's a lot more like the comic. What
so
the
with
CW,
the Flash,
what the CW did obviously was they were making
their version of it,
television and show verse. Where this one now it is still, so you understand the universe that was created with Flashpoint Paradox went all the way through to Apocalypse Doom, Justice League Apocalypse Doom.
Yeah.
Then they kind of started more, but that also still tied into Flashpoint Paradox, and that ends up being still one universe, and then they wrap that all up because, like James Gunn said,
with Crisis. That's funny.
So literally, you could start with Flashpoint, which is my very first necessity that we ever did.
Yeah, it is a very
Flashpoint Paradox, and jump and watch all the way through, and you'll be fan serviced all the way through. And I mean, DC's animation departments.
Well, they've always been. It's funny. They're doing the opposite of what the comics did. It went with Crisis, and then they rebooted with Flashpoint.
Yes.
So they're doing that's pretty cool.
But so there's that, and then I just binged actually last night because only like 20-something minutes each. It's worth a watch. Amazon Prime dropped all the episodes of Batman.
I gotta watch that.
And if Batman the animated series did not exist, there's a lot of reasons I wouldn't have appreciated this. Because I would have been like, I'd rather you had done this, but because Batman the Animated Series did so much in its span, there was a lot of things like, okay, yeah, give me that version. Try this. Like, I was on board with it because the actual storytelling is very similar to Batman the Animated Series, but it's very mature. Yeah. Not vulgar, not adult, not profane, just very mature. Even more because Batman Animated Series walked the line. They tried to be mature, but not so
but it's still a kid's show.
Kids wouldn't enjoy it. Exactly. Yeah. They wanted kids to enjoy it, but adults to go, damn, this is actually good writing. And it takes that animation style, very similar. It takes the acting style, the tone, and just goes more mature with it. Yeah. And there's a moment in, I think it's the first episode, where they do kind of a flashback. They don't do the pearls thing, not that way. They got another thing where they didn't. That's smart. They didn't do the redundant thing, but they had that moment where it's just cool. It's a good setup for the trauma that Bruce Wayne, faces.
I've been wanting to watch it.
Batman.
And Bruce Timm is involved, the same producer as
and Matt Reeves. Is it Matt Reeves or whatever? Which is one of the producers also for
Matt Reeves for the Batman.
For the Batman he's and the Penguin, which starts next month.
Yeah, that's gonna be month, August. Which I learned last time we recorded that this man right here sitting in front of you over there on the other side of the screen has not seen the trailer.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer. No,
what?
I haven't.
Yeah, the reaction.
I'm going blind, man. I want to go in that show blind completely.
Smart. It's going to be good, and it takes place right after the Batman and leads into what the story going to be for
part two
sequel is going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then I think that the main necessity is what MSK said. If watch one here or there, watch one a week. Watch one every other week, bi-weekly, whatever. But start from the.
I want to rewatch them, especially Blade, man. I love the first
Blade would
movie.
be your start. That's what's amazing. Blade is your starting point. It's not Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, but Blade is your starting point, and then you get your X-Men movies, your Fantastic Four movies. For it to work, to go, Elektra, Daredevil. But yeah, it's just worth like you said.
They have trailers
to
for
watch.
those. They have trailers for you. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to see. You don't want to see those movies. Like, especially Daredevil. The trailer is bad. The trailer was bad.
There's a lot of things that are bad about Daredevil.
I'm not watching that.
Terrible.
You should watch it.
No,
terrible Kingpin. Terrible Kingpin. I don't.
Daredevil. What was a good part of that? I'm gonna think of it.
Elektra was the best thing of that movie.
It was actually.
You're right.
Elektra was the best thing.
I'm telling you right now. You're gonna look back, and it's gonna be Elektra.
What's sad is Elektra was the best thing in Daredevil, and then
because Bullseye sucked.
Bullseye, that was terrible.
Which is the Penguin.
Colin Farrell sucked. Kingpin sucked.
Yes. Which all these guys separated are great actors.
Are great. Ben Affleck,
dude, what you call it is Froggy in that movie from from Iron Man. Happy,
Favreau. Yeah, I
Favreau's
was just
froggy
thinking about
and-
that too. He's froggy. Oh my god, that movie sucks.
Dude, that movie is terrible.
And then Elektra was not.
I'm
not
telling
good.
you right now, Elektra is the best thing in that movie.
But she was the
She
best.
got-
no, I'm
'cause she
saying
got
the
her
movie
own
Elektra
movie.
was not that good.
Hey,
but
man, I
know.
want to watch those movies because I'm thinking
you
some of
don't.
those.
No, you
Man, I'm
don't.
thinking some of those movies are as good than some of the Marvel stuff we've been getting.
Although the
I would agree
CGI
with
might
that.
be better than the Flash.
Yeah,
CGI might be better than some stuff. Like MSK said, there was a couple of
that
couple
it
of
was when
CGI
he puts on the
moments in it.
cowl.
too many Deadpools, but I enjoyed it. That's just such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. So there you go. That I have it. I think that was I think we went 2 hours, 3 hours. How long was this?
An hour, 15 minutes.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, so cut down. It'll be an hour.
We're gonna be a 15-minute
10.
episode. This is gonna be
An
a
hour
15-minute episode.
Yeah, 15-minute or an hour 10. I'm not gonna cut anything.
Hey,
Dude,
what?
I could-
Wait,
how-
hey.
How can I
here-
love and hate someone so much at the same time? RDJ with that shit.
I gotta do the joke. Oh my god, he is so full of $500
I don't like
million.
RDJ. You know what? I don't like RDJ. He's an asshole.
$500
He's kind of an
million
asshole.
So another
is
80
what
on top
he's
of that
gotten
shit.
already from Disney.
All
what
because
are
of
we
nepotism.
doing?
He's not done. He's not done.
All because of nepotism.
You know, keep dipping into that well.
Billy
Give me
Zane
all
is
the
still
money.
out there. Hey, I'm gonna
Give me
throw
all
this
the
joke out there because
Go ahead.
what are the chances that Jedi listens to this episode?
He might. He might.
Probably good.
Probably a
Probably
good
good
chance.
because we
Probably a
about
good chance.
Deadpool and he's all in on the Deadpool.
You think he'll listen to this one?
I think he'll
Yeah.
listen to this one.
All right.
Your homework assignment is go on YouTube and watch Ryan Reynolds and Hugh
Yes.
Jackman co-host that night that
Yeah.
late show.
I'm
whatever
gonna
the
go
hell.
on a bench with Ryan
Dude,
Reynolds after this
Ryan
because
Reynolds'
now my
moment
kids
with
have
the
seen
bucket.
it, so I'm able to see it. You know, be in the living room
Yeah.
and see things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I
careful.
see what you did there.
But dude,
Damn it.
that bucket, Ryan Reynolds, he's on that show. You have to bleep him out, and he says he's looking. He was like, "I gotta be real honest. This is actually the real moment where it's hitting me that people are gonna fuck this bucket."
Why would they? Who keeps creating these buckets?
No.
man?
Wolverine's on purpose. The Dune is still what set all
The
this
Dune
off.
one was
but
the one, and
Wolverine,
someone was serious about
that's
that
on
one.
purpose because of the
Someone
Dune.
was
You know what I
serious
mean?
with Dune. Dune.
It's the same
They
guy,
put a
right?
tongue-
He's creating these things on.
No,
He goes,
this one
"Guys,
was Ryan
remember
Reynolds
the Dune
designed it for the
bucket?
marketing department. Dude, but
Deadpool.
they put a tongue on it. There's other buckets that are cool. They have the baby pool one where the actual top comes off and it's the soda compartment and the thing opens up in the back for popcorn. And then they have another one that's like the back of it, like popcorn or whatever.
Yeah.
But the
They're gonna do one for every movie now. The trap pool. The I don't know.
we
For
need
every movie.
another. We need another trailer.
The trap
episode. I
bucket,
want to talk
trap
about
bucket.
trailers.
let's do it right
Trailers?
now.
Let's do it
Trailers
right
are
now.
really bad.
20
trailers,
Let's do
minute
it
trailer
now.
episode.
Trailers have gotten to a point
They
that
give
they
you
just
everything.
show you the
they
whole
show
movie.
you the whole movie,
And it's
man.
getting really bad. Like I just saw the Beetlejuice trailer, and I saw the
Beetlejuice,
whole.
You
movie.
know the whole movie. You know the whole movie.
I know the whole movie.
I actually got upset because I didn't see the Beetlejuice trailer either until I saw Deadpool. So they played it. I'm like, oh, this might not be good. This might not be good.
Why? Look, listen. If you just put up,
The Aliens
coming
trailer.
soon.
The
Oh my
Aliens
God,
trailer's
the
another
Alien
one.
Oh, Romulus.
show
Romulus.
everything.
Every single thing.
How about a Do of Folly? How about a Do of Folly?
The what?
Part Do of
Oh,
Folly.
I do a folly.
Joker, a Do, a Folly. What is that going to be?
Bro,
What is that?
listen.
What's happening?
Listen. Oh, there was the other one with
Gladiator 2?
with what's this guy's name?
Wait, Gladiator. Yeah.
Gladiator 2, that's the whole
Gladiator.
movie also.
Well,
It looks good.
First
though.
of
Yeah,
all,
the whole
I don't.
movie.
Nobody asked for that movie. Let's be realistically. Who?
Yeah. Hey, you
who
should like
asked
that
for a
song though because
Gladiator
it was in
2?
the Great Gatsby soundtrack.
That movie.
should really love that song.
Gladiator 2 was like, hey, Pascal, you haven't done a movie in two days. Come
Two
and do
fantastic
another
four
movie.
people.
That's
Two
what that
fantastic
movie is
four people in
for.
that movie. You have the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic are both in Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, can the Department of Trailers stop
Approve it.
showing the movie
The whole movie.
like 3 months before it comes out? Can
The
you
whole movie.
Can you wait until the
Shouldn't 1 minute be the cutoff point of a trailer?
15 seconds should be the cutoff of a trailer.
No, that's a teaser. That's a teaser, and that's a teaser to the trailer. That's right before the trailer.
But a minute max. It should be a minute max. If it's a movie like Dune that's 3 hours, a minute trailer is not going to show that much.
I'll tell you what.
You can show everything with music nowadays. You just cut a really good trailer and show the whole movie in a minute.
Well, look for like inside information when for TV channels and like streamers and stuff, they're usually about a minute and a half. If you look at it,
it should not be as long.
It should be. I'm telling you.
Like, no, but trailers, the ones that we always watch, they're about 240, 250.
Like, I will tell you, this is amazing. We started. This is how thick it is with trailers. We started, and I noticed with you too when you were WhatsApping us before you were watching Deadpool. We started late on purpose. We were supposed to start ours at 7, but because some people were running late, and with the trivia, and we were doing pizza and all that with ours, we actually had control. We actually had control over the start time of our film.
You skipped the trailers,
and no, we didn't. We didn't skip the trailers, but. Dude, I kind of wish we had because we started like at 7:20, started 7.
Oh, Lord.
And dude, with the trailers, we didn't start till like 7:40. It was like 20 minutes worth of trailers.
Yeah.
And it was like, not because it was that many trailers, because it was like 5 or 6 trailers. Beetlejuice,
yes.
Romulus,
yes.
The Joker part, which is funny, a DC trailer before a Marvel movie.
That's funny.
I'm trying to remember what else, but it was like maybe 4 or 5 trailers, and it was
it's
like
30 minutes.
Fucking,
it's 30 minutes.
No, it's straight up 30 minutes.
Well, I remember Yopi same thing. He's like, movie starting now later. So I'm like, wait a minute, ours is starting now too. So I don't know how many trailers you got, but like we didn't start to 7:20. How the shit was our movie starting at the same time?
Wait, you know what it is? It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes of trailers, and then before that, the 10 minutes of those commercials of Nicole Kidman and all that bullshit. But that's 30 minutes.
We were at Flippers, so they're not like a major. They're not AMC or Regal. And you're right, AMC's Regal Cinemark have their own set of stuff.
Do they still do the roller coasters? The roller coaster?
Yeah,
is that still? No,
they don't do that anymore. But I'm surprised that AMC's still doing the whole Nicole Kidman. Like they haven't changed theirs yet.
Oh, they're not. They're never gonna do it because that's a joke on Reddit. Also, like everyone makes fun of that.
Who still does the 3D like?
That was Regal. Wasn't that Regal?
That was Regal. Yeah, that was Regal.
Little 3D like mountain ride of a roller coaster. Who's doing that still? Like, why are you wasting your time with that? Just show the goddamn movie. Nobody's watching that, dude.
There's always the people that do it.
It's a waste of money.
I still do it.
I bet you do. Look at the guy who still do it. You're keeping this damn place alive with that crap.
It's like 4DX without 4DX. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So bad. Anyways,
but yeah, no, they need to. Yeah, they it's ridiculous. It's and then MSK was the same thing. He's like, oh, they're showing Beetlejuice now, and then they're showing that, and you're right. If you look at the thing, like, holy shit, that's a long fucking trailer. Like, you don't notice while you're watching it until you like the first time you see it. But
whole movie, bro. I see it. I'm not an expert. Do you understand this? I don't do this for a living. I am not an expert in putting.
And I see a lot of Corpse Bride in
and I see a whole movie in front of me, plot and everything. Like, what is happening with you guys? Like,
I see a lot of Corpse Bride plot in that.
So trailer. Man, dude.
Yes.
So we just had at the arcade tonight. So by the time this is released, the movie's gonna be out already because that comes out next weekend. Borderlands,
with
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, dude, the timing, basically. So I have a feeling that I have a feeling for someone like me, that movie's gonna be all right because I never played the game.
Yeah,
and with the cast
they're gonna be pissed. Yeah,
and the style that they're doing it, like a Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll probably like, oh, that wasn't terrible. That wasn't a bad movie. I'm already guessing without playing the game, but I can already get the feel that it's nothing like the game, and so gamers are gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
but outside of that. Their timing is terrible. It's like, dude, that is not gonna hold a light to the first month of Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie's gonna bomb hard thanks to that. Like that time is I don't know anyone.
So much money they put
I get Blake
too.
Lively. She has a movie that came out the same weekend.
Yeah,
you know, that's it's a romantic movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Blake Lively movie. To be honest,
no, I've seen. she got. Oh, dude, that one is hilarious. The one with her and God, what's her name? From Pitch Perfect and all those movies. Anna Kendrick, is it? Is it Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick. Yeah, but which movie?
Yeah.
Which movie?
Where they're like neighbors and they have kids, and then like she dies. And
never saw it. No, never saw it.
Dude, that movie's fucking crazy. Like the shit that happens in that movie is insane. And she's a hell of an actress. You could see the range. Like her and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, is that the one that she's like spying on her to see like?
No, that's another one.
Oh, that's
I don't think Blake Lively's in that one. But no,
okay.
I've seen a few, and then there was one. I think it's called The Drum something or whatever, where it's kind of an action one where she's getting revenge for like the death of Blake Lively. She hits, but this is one of those because she did. I know she's done a lot of these type of movies, the dramatic romantic movies.
So
this is one of those. So that's a very different audience. They're not going after the same audience really as Deadpool and Wolverine. So I get that. But Borderlands, like that's definitely the crossover audience you're trying to get. And like I'm gonna see Deadpool 3 times before I see that movie. I mean, if I get free passes, you got me. You know what I me. That's another story. They get me free passes back.
I'll watch it on
review
cable.
If it's free, I still would not see it. I'm just giving you the heads up.
Dude, the cast ain't bad. So you got Jamie Lee Curtis, Kevin Hart. What's this other actress?
I'll watch it on cable.
Loki and Thor's sister.
Because cable's back, by the way. Cable's back, so that's why I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, they're streaming 4 or 5 streams.
You saw the bundles I sent you, right? The 2 bundles.
Yes.
With, we got Umbrella Academy coming up.
Oh,
Final season, right?
I gotta catch up on a lot of stuff.
There's so much catching up. But I guess I'll leave you guys to it. I don't know how MSK is gonna edit this back in together. We're gonna do 2 separate episodes.
I'm not. Well, we should do at least the sign off so I can.
That's what I was gonna do now. So I'm saying I don't know how you're gonna take this over to that and carry it over. But in Deadpool fashion, we fucked it all up. So thank you for joining us. This is Omega saying peace.
MSK, peace out.
Yo, peace. Beat us.
And now to put on my chains to my nipples.
And there you have it, folks. This has been Fanatically Correct. Until next time, you crazy kids. Signing off.
Just amazed to see him in there. Had D-bag haircut.
Yeah. No. Right.
So, I think Ryan Reynolds actually a decent career. He's a great actor. You see movies like Buried. He can really captivate. I mean, Buried, that was a very complicated film. He's stuck in a box the whole time. And he still manages to be very dramatic. It's not a comedy at all. It's a very dramatic film. Thriller, suspense type film. And he did a great job in that film, but that's not what we're expecting for Deadpool. We're expecting the character he plays in Waiting.
No, that's a good point. They casted a good guy, man.
All those rom-coms he does, and even the chick flicks, and even what he did as Deadpool in the beginning of Wolverine Origins, that horrible film. And
True. No, he's gonna.
What they did to Deadpool.
He's gonna.
Movie.
Okay.
Thank God for the last X-Men movie for completely rebooting the timeline and making it so none of that ever happened. So really looking forward to Deadpool and looking forward to seeing Ryan Reynolds play Deadpool. Green Lantern was a jab as a superhero, and I don't think it was bad because of him. Green Lantern is just a poorly executed film in a lot of ways, but he was definitely meant to play Deadpool, and hopefully this is the only character he'll play now for the next decade or so, and they do plenty of sequels because just the promos alone for this film are mind-blowing and just hilarious and just a really good time.
Yeah.
So, definitely setting the bar high for 2016 with Deadpool as a superhero movie because it's going to be rough competition for other superhero movies this year to compare to that. It's got the R rating, hard R rating. It's going to have lots of action, what it looks like, and it's going to have a whole lot of just great Deadpoolness, which Ryan Reynolds is on fleek for. I mean, he's just the perfect guy, in my opinion, to play Deadpool, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's Omega's thoughts on Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds in his career building up to Deadpool.
I can't.
That's funny.